Alright, so here's my Verizon Fios Wireless N router, and we got all sorts of devices hooked up to it perfectly fine. Walking, I don't know, 8 feet into the kitchen. Got my old Sony Vaio i7 here on the left, and my new Acer Aspire R7 little fancy tablet thingamajigger on the right. This thing, awesome, like battery life, touchscreen, so much cool stuff. But one little problem here. I just ran a test here in the kitchen. You can see speed test, basically 26 millisecond ping, 5.5 megs down, 8.8 up. But you come over here to this, 4-year-old laptop, 29 ping, so it's actually 3 milliseconds higher, but 3 times the download speed and about twice the upload speed. And being someone that works, on servers and networks all day, it's really simple to see why. So what we're gonna do here, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's basically ping tac n 50, and then my router's IP address 192.168.1.1. And I'm basically going to hit enter on both these bad boys. So now that 50 count test is running. And then over here, I'm basically on the Sony going to click on test again. At the same time, I touch on test again here. So bear with me. Alright, so those both started at the same time. So basically we're running the the speed test that everybody runs, but at the same time looking at it on a more network level, actually running a ping trace. So over here on the Vaio, basically 1 to 2 milliseconds, I don't know how well you can see this, all up through here before we started the download test. And then as expected, as you're trying to actually download stuff, you're going to have more latency. But basically jumps up to 80, looks like 460, 290, 488, so it kind of bounces around. Then over here, we basically have 5 milliseconds to 6 milliseconds before we start, or actually 7 before we start downloading. Then jumps up to 1900, then the request times out. Then 900, 610, 1100, 1400, 2000, 2500, a lot of stuff. So basically at the end of the test over here on the 4-year-old laptop, we got 50 packets sent, 100 of them, 100% of them rather, received, 0% loss, 0 millisecond minimum, 550 millisecond maximum, 59 millisecond average. And then over here on the brand new guy, we got minimum 1 millisecond, maximum 2790, and an average 499. So basically 500 milliseconds. And then again, like we actually, there's probably bandwidth saturation going on by my Xbox or another device, because we got even lower download speeds. This time 3 megabit down, almost 3 up. But again, back on the older 4-year-old laptop, 13.66, 13.88, 18 rather. So quite a big difference. This thing though, I love it. It's such a pleasure. I like the Metro, whatever, and I mean like you can figure it out. Like you can do all the old Windows stuff. I actually had it customized a lot before I brought it back to this. And the form factor, like just bam, like I have a tablet. Sorry, I had to put it down for a second, but you can go back in laptop form. It's not the easiest to do, I guess, one-handed. Obviously, I had to put the phone down, but you put it on your lap. Here, I'll give you a good example. So when you put it on your lap, you can kind of tilt the screen perfectly how you want to see it, and then you kind of almost have a keyboard drawer, just underneath, and you can touch type, and then use the touch, and it's awesome. Web pages, YouTube, it's why I got it. I thought it was going to be awesome, and it is. It's amazing. other than this Wi-Fi problem. But turns out if you have, actually I'm not going to show my serial number, but basically if you have a laptop with 3200 or earlier than that, you more than likely have this Broadcom wireless adapter that's in here, and you probably have these issues. If you have one 3300 or newer, chances are you don't, and you have a lovely experience. So I'm going to factory reset this one again, which is actually really easy. You just, Windows key Q to start an app, type in or start typing in recovery, and then click on Acer Recovery Management, and bam, restore factory settings. So this is what I'll be doing for the next, it'll probably take another hour to factory restore it again. But I'm going to go give it back to them and hopefully get the fixed model, because this is definitely, I mean, it's an awesome, usable concept. I can't wait till to get that Wi-Fi problem fixed, because that's really the only downfall I've seen so far of it. So wish me luck.